Hello, I'm Bridget from Bridget Flowers. Today I'm going to show you something slightly different but very essential for every florist. So as you can see, I just got a fresh batch of flowers in from Holland. And whether you're a florist or just buying some flowers from the supermarket, first thing is put them in water. So now I'm going to show you a few tips how to condition your flowers and enjoy them for as long as you can. So once we have our flowers here in the studio in place, you see we have a little bit of work to do. So I get all my flowers directly from Holland and they arrive here in big boxes straight from the lorry. Sometimes those flowers are up to 3 days in those boxes. So it's up to us to take good care of them. So even when you get your flowers from the supermarket, they are presented in buckets with just a tiny bit of water. So it's important when you get them home to do 3 things. And that's first is clean water, clean vase and clean stems, to give them the best life possible. So let's start to clean some roses. So most roses, they come in plastic sleeves. Also we have roses come in paper sleeves and that's much better for the environment. But what we do with all the plastic sleeves is we separate them from the green and put them in the recycle bin. So we do a little bit back for the environment. So first thing when we start cleaning them is we take the sleeves off. And I do that with my knife and I slide the sleeve off. You can also do this of course with a scissor. And then your bunch has a little elastic band. So we take the band off as well. And then as you can see, there are lots of leaves and thorns all the way to the bottom. So we're gonna clean them up to halfway so they come in a clean vase with a clean stem and it can't make lots of bacteria in the vase. So you spread them out on your bench or on your kitchen table, and then you take the first stem, you take your knife and you slide with your knife on the side of the stem and cut off all the leaves. Also sometimes the stem has some broken leaves on the top, sometimes there are some nasty thorns, so it's essential to clean as much as possible so you get your vase, you keep your vase as clean as possible. Perhaps it's a good idea to wear gloves when you do this job, so you avoid getting any thorns in your fingers. And then there are also quite a couple of tools available to do this job easier. And they're called thorn strippers. And they remove the leaves and the thorns in one go. It's like a metal tool, and there are also special gloves available to do this. So once you have all your roses clean, we need to cut them. And we do that of course with a sharp knife, giving them a sharp cut, make a big surface so they can drink lots of water. And some roses, if you see for example this one, they have like little petals on the outside of the rose. And this is where the bud started to grow. And some people don't like it. And if you don't like it, then just take it off. So give all your roses a good sharp cut. And then they're ready to go in a vase. Again, a clean vase, clean water and a drop of bleach. So here we go. 1 vase ready. And then another 6 bunches of roses to go. Here you see a sample of nicely packed gerberas. As you can see, there's quite a lot of packaging going on. But that's what gerberas need to survive their journey through the flower shops. They have very delicate petals and they need this big piece of cardboard to protect them from being squashed. Especially if you imagine that the gerberas are piled up. So once they arrive here, we carefully have to unwrap them and cut the stem and place them in water. So our gerberas, they come in boxes. So what we do when you have the box, you tear open one of the corners and also from the other side. Then you take off the elastic band and this way they are ready to take out. So as you see, they come, each of the gerberas, they have an own gap. So that makes sure that they keep spaces in transport and to keep them separated and make sure they don't damage. Okay, so in this box we had 15 of them. So once they're all out, we're gonna give them a cut. And that's again with a knife. We give them a cut in a sharp angle. And when you have gerberas and you're a bit used to handle them, you can also give them a cut all in one go. There we go. And then again, we put them in a clean vase with clean water. And they're ready to be used in one of the lovely arrangements. A favorite summer flower where lots of people like to work with is a peony. And as a florist, you always need to keep an eye on the weather. For example, if I have a wedding happening on Saturday, I need to make sure my flowers are nice and open on Saturday. That means if it's a cold week, I will buy my peonies on Tuesday, and if it's a warm week, I will buy them on Thursday. So even if you have a dinner party happening on Sunday, you have to just keep an eye on the weather and buy them a few days in advance. So peonies, when you buy them in the bunch, they have lots of leaves. So again, we're gonna strip all the leaves back and we're gonna give them a cut and put them in cold water. Especially if your peonies are slightly opening up, cold water is better and that keeps them nice and fresh. If you put them in warm water, they would pop up open in one day. So let's start with these beautiful white ones. So peonies, they usually have lots of leaves. So we're gonna clean all of them up to half of the stem, because that's where the water level is. And we don't want any leaves in your water because that creates bacteria. So once you have your stem clean, we're gonna cut it with a knife to make a fresh cut. And peonies, usually they open up easy, but sometimes you have these really tight buds and you would like to pull them open much quicker. So a little trick to do that is to put the head upside down in water, and that creates the morning dew, what they have in the fields as well, and that would make them open up quicker. So once they're all ready, we put them here in the vase. Again, clean water, clean vase. And they're ready to use in your centerpieces or just enjoy by themselves. This nice filler is usually stocked in most flower shops and it's called Gypsophyllia. The common name is baby's breath. And the tip for buying Gypsophyllia, you buy Gypsophyllia in grams. So the smallest bunch is 20 grams. Then you have 30 grams and 40 grams. Obviously, the 40 grams is the most expensive, but you get the most flowers on the stem. But when you make a centerpiece, usually one stem is already enough to make a whole centerpiece full with these lovely white flowers. And when you buy the Gypsophyllia, they come in big bunches of 25 stems. And Gypsophyllias, they don't have any leaves. So when we clean the stems and condition them for the shop, the only thing we do is take off the cellophane, take off the elastic bands and give all the stems a good cut. So we cut off the sleeve. You can do that with a scissor or with a knife. Then we take off the elastic bands, again as well, with the scissor is good. And then you can cut all the stems in one go with the floral snipper. And I have already a vase ready with fresh and cold water. And I like to use 1 drop of bleach because that kills the bacteria in the water. And the Gypsophyllia needs a few hours in the vase and then it doubles in size. So now you know how to condition your flowers and enjoy all the lovely flowers and colors this season has to offer. So what would you like to know or like to see in my next video? Please subscribe and let me know in the comment section below. And see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.